Good morning, everyone from Hong Kong. It's a nice, lovely 10 a.m. in the morning. My name is Dashi, and we're all here to read a few excerpts on the Tibetan Book of Living and Dying. If you haven't already, please change your username so we'll be able to call your name whenever you can read. And be sure to be mindful of the microphone. Click it whenever you're ready to speak and your name's called. Thank you very much. First, we will talk about the event. We have now a video that we're about to play on Edgar Casey. Just sit tight with us real quickly.
这个人物呢是21世纪公认的一个杰出的预言家，他的名字叫艾德格·凯西。艾德格·凯西呢是公元1877年3月18日出生在美国的肯塔基的霍普金斯维尔。童年的时代呢，凯西过着典型的19世纪农庄式的生活，宗教气氛浓厚，一家几代人生活在一起。在他6、7岁的时候呢，凯西告诉父母说他能看到已经过世的亲人，并且和他们谈话。但是家里的人呢，并没有把这些话当真。凯西从孩提的时候呢，便开始读圣经，每年都要从头到尾读一遍。凯西可以趴在任何一本书上入睡，醒来后呢，便能够记住前书的内容，并且能够倒背如流。即使书中的内容和词汇远远超出了他的知识范围，这一切令其家人无从解释。但随着凯西年龄的增长，这种能力渐渐的消退。那么凯西真正发现自己在催眠状态下有特殊的解读能力，是在他成年以后的事情。20岁的时候呢，他订了婚啊。当时他想做一名摄影家，但是呢，没有如愿。为了赚钱成家，他先到这个保险业里找了一份工作，并且呢，兼卖一些文具，维持生活。这个时候呢，有一件事情改变了他的一生就是凯西自己患了这个慢性喉炎，越来越严重，后来甚至根本不能够正常说话，只能从嗓子里挤出一点声音来。所有的医生都束手无策，甚至凯西本人也一度失望，认为自己呢可能永远不能再说话。这样的状态持续了1年。在这段期间呢，有一位曾经经历过这个催眠奇效的喜剧表演家，用催眠术帮助凯西治疗。尽管此人并不懂什么医术，但他将凯西催眠后呢，开始暗示凯西恢复正常声音。奇迹发生了，在催眠状态下的凯西居然能够用完全正常的声音回应。那么呢，凯西醒过来以后呢，喉炎又犯了。后来，当地有位叫做雷恩的人，在了解了凯西的情况后呢，便考虑做进一步的尝试。他让凯西进入催眠后，向凯西呢本人询问有关于病情。这一次呢，凯西的天赋终于得到了施展，就像小时候睡在教科书上一样，凯西使自己睡了过去。那么凯西入睡后呢，雷恩问睡着的凯西有关其病情，显然这不是睡着了，是吧？可以沟通可以交流的。凯西呢便用正常、清晰的声音告诉雷恩和其他旁边的人说，自己的病情的本质是来自于精神因素精神因素，并告诉人们如何治疗。按照凯西的指示呢，雷恩对着这个凯西的身体要求他的血液向病患部集中就是他暗示他不一会儿，周围的人便看到凯西的胸部以上和喉咙部位的皮肤变成了殷红色，就是很红病患部位的皮肤开始发热，温度很高。一段时间之后雷恩又按照凯西的指示，暗示血液回流恢复正常。凯西醒来以后，这一次他的声音完全恢复了。这就是他一生中第一次做催眠解读。这一天是1901年的3月11号就是他在这个催眠当中，这个雷恩暗示他怎么做， 他那个时候呢有定力啊，我们说嘛，他那个心是很集中，他只要安住在这种状态下呢，他那个血液那个啊，在这个喉咙这个部分发热啊，血流速度加快，就是很快的就啊，很短的时间就把他那个喉炎完全治好了。后来呢，在雷恩的一再要求下，凯西用这个解毒啊，为雷恩开出了一套完整的治疗方案，竟然治好了雷恩常年的胃病。接下来，他又为一位智力发育迟钝的小女孩解读了病因，发现是由于外伤引起的。医师呢，按照凯西入睡时的建议，成功的使小女孩逐渐恢复了正常。对医学一窍不通的凯西呢，入睡后呢，竟然能够做出他本人清醒时做不到的事，为人诊病。这一切令周围的人感到新奇和兴奋，而凯西本人却陷入了深深的迷惑和苦恼中。他的生命啊，他的人生就开始了发生了一个很大的改变。那么呢，凯西本来是想做摄影师的，过一个平常的生活，但是呢，他这种催眠解读能力呢，显然决定了凯西不可能过平常的生活。当然呢，凯西本人也并不知道自己的能力来自何方，更无从知道这一切是如何起作用。他只好从信仰中去寻找答案。凯西于是求助于圣经，他祈祷并与家人的商量，最后他决定继续他的特殊能力，条件就是不能够用它来杀害别人。另外，这个凯西呢，终究成了一名专业摄影师。那么呢，这个生命解读只是他的业余爱好。1903年，凯西就是结婚了，有了家庭生活。关于凯西的能力，1910年10月9日，《纽约时报》刊登了一篇有关凯西的解读能力的报道，其标题为“无学术造诣者在催眠中成为了医生”。这一时间呢，凯西成了炙手可热的人物，找他解读的人和信件数不胜数。报道刊出后，很多人开始前来问诊，声明和别人的信任并没有改变凯西本人对解读的成见。直到后来两件事的发生，一是在1911年，凯西第二个儿子出生，但是生下来不久后，孩子就病了，医生们都束手无策。凯西则直到医生们完全放弃希望的时候，才同意试试自己的解读。这一次，他无法挽救自己的孩子，祸不单行，接下来凯西的妻子也病了，而且情况越来越糟糕。医生私下告诉凯西，他的妻子得了肺结核，在当时人们对肺结核是无能为力的。这个时候呢，凯西为自己的妻子做了解读。入睡的凯西开出了一个综合的处方，医生认为这些东西是没有任何用处的，但是药服了仅仅2天，他的这个妻子就退了烧，几个月后，他妻子完全康复了。随着要求解毒的人越来越多，凯西开始考虑建一家专门的医院。然而呢，在这个寻求合作伙伴的过程当中呢，凯西接受了一个值得我们所有人都应该记住的教训。德克萨斯的一个石油商开始对凯西感兴趣了，提出了一个表面上看似相当互惠的合作方案。凯西帮助石油商找油矿，以石油商呢则赞助凯西办医院。但是这一次呢，凯西找油矿的解读却一再地失败了。那石油商的目的呢是赚钱，他们并不真正的对建立医院有兴趣，合作呢就这样不欢而散。 于是呢，凯西明白了他的能力不可以用来谋取商业利益。到1923年的时候，凯西的解读工作仅限于医疗方面。他不知道，一个对他来说完全陌生的领域正在向他展开，并将深深地影响他的信仰。凯西的名气随着他能力的增加而远扬，同时，不相信的人也大有人在。许多人专门来到弗吉尼亚海滨市，要来这个揭穿凯西的骗术，但大多数都失望而归。更有一些人从此相信了，并要求凯西给自己做解读。有一个忠实的天主教作家叫托马斯的，抱着这个曝光凯西诡计的想法来到这里，结果成就了第一本关于凯西的传记《一条大河》，此书于1913年出版。当时最流行的杂志考内特尔派出一名记者叫做汉门布鲁去调查。他的文章这个弗吉尼亚海滨市奇人，更是让这个凯西扬名。他的儿子呢，在这个1955年，芝加哥大学的博士毕业论文也是以凯西现象为题的。关于凯西的书很多，其中极具代表性的一部是杰纳舍敏纳尔拉所著的《生命多事》，是1950年出版的一本书。这本书称得上是西方研究轮回的重要参考之一。事实上呢，凯西本人对轮回的认同也是经历了一个重要过程。有一次呢，在为一名从俄亥俄州来的人做解读的时候，凯西在最后说了一句：“此人前世曾经是个和尚。”这一次呢，凯西又陷入了苦恼，因为前世的存在意味着轮回的存在，但作为一名基督徒，这个概念对他来说仍然十分的陌生。凯西开始祈祷，并寻求解读这一难题。得到的答案是从头到尾读圣经，就是说轮回到底是怎么一回事？他在催眠状态下回答：从头到尾，好好的认真读圣经。他自己教自己，因为他只有在催眠状态下才能够做出一个正确的回答。圣经中的内涵在脑中浮现出来，要求凯西注意生命的意义与共同性，所有生命的共同性。这个从头到尾好好的认真读圣经，这个凯西呢，终于发现轮回的概念与基督教都没有冲突，而且与他本人对作为一名基督徒意味着什么的理解呢相吻合。那么呢，后来呢，他就凯西呢就放弃了他的摄影工作，他开始筹建自己的医院。他接受别人的资助，但从不拒绝为贫穷而不能出钱的人做解读。就是没有钱的人要求治疗，他也做；那有钱的人呢，治疗完了呢，他接受他的资助。晚年的这个凯西呢，能力越来越突出，他甚至不用再需要进入催眠状态，就能够知道一些事情了。有一次呢，他非常难过的从房间里出来，因为他知道有3名参战的年轻人回不来了。他开始能够看到所有活的物体表面有光晕，慢慢的他这种能力就越来越强了。他甚至可以透过这种光晕得知一个人的情绪和健康。第2次世界大战爆发后，从全美各地寄给凯西的信就越来越多，大多是询问他的亲人的安危。士兵呢，家人焦虑在这个段时间里呢，凯西呢有11天要做8次解读。虽然从自己的解读中，他意识到这个工作每天不能够超过2次。 因为他这样的话，他自己会很累的啊。那么44年的春天呢，凯西的健康开始恶化，解毒的信息告诉他必须停止，但要求解毒的信息源源不断。凯西病倒了。接近年底的时候呢，凯西给自己做了解毒，并告诉焦虑的亲友们说，过了新年他一切就好了。亲友们后来才知道他的话中真正的意思。1945年1月3号，凯西逝世了。同年的复活节，他的妻子也去世了。大概讲了一下他后来对圣经做了重新的解读。他还认为轮回跟基督教跟圣经没有冲突。下面一个是讲到他自己的观点。就是凯西对人进行解读呢，与是否认识该人毫不相干。他们可以完全是陌生人，来自地球的任何一个地方，只需要知道他们的全名、出生日期和地点，凯西就可以准确地描述他们的周围环境和个人的脾气特性、能力、擅长和毛病、缺点，甚至追溯到他们的生生世世以及展望和预言他们的未来。在中国很多嘛，有这种能力的人很多。凯西对自己的生命解读，发现他于几百年前在埃及的那一世，曾是一个高级的僧侣，具有很强的超自然特异功能，但由于他的独断专行和耽于声色，导致了他的毁灭。凯西相信他今生的美德和缺点都能够回溯到他的前世的经历，他已经完全相信了轮回了。今生对他的灵魂呢是一种考验，他得以有机会无私的去为他人服务，以及对往昔的骄横享乐以喜好声色进行补偿。凯西大量的前世解读案例呢，也证实了中国古老文化中有关于业力轮回报应的这个说法。
And that was a portion of Edgar Casey, part of the Wisdom Light Church. Feel free to check out any of his additional books on his experiences. And let's continue to our book on the Tibetan Book of Living and Dying. That was Edgar Casey. Now, without further ado, we have our reading session. Wow, we have 17 people. So what we'll do, each person will read one slide. And first, make a short introduction of about 1 or 2 or 3 sentences and read the slide. Simple as that. Whoever would like to go first, now's the time. Anyone?
Hi, teacher.
Okay, who's that?
This is Amy. I would like to introduce myself first.
Hello, Amy.
My name is Amy. I live in Nanning, Guangxi, China. I was a tour guide before, and now I'm a housewife at home studying Dharma. And today is my great honor to be here. And now I'm begin my reading.
Tracy, thank you.
Thank you very much. I was born in Tibet. and I was 6 months old when I entered the monastery of my master Jamyang Kyemst Choki Londo in the province of Kham. In Tibet, we have a unique tradition of finding the recognition of great masters who have passed away. They are chosen young and give a special education to train them to become the teacher of the future. I was given the same Somyam, even though it was only later that my master recognized me as the incarnation of Chom. Sorry, yeah, that's all. Maybe the next paragraph, the next people will follow. Thanks.
No problem. We can say Teraton Sagia, a renowned mystic. Yeah, that's
Okay.
yeah, you're correct. Thank you. Who
Thank
would
you.
like to try next?
I'm okay to speak.
Okay. Can you introduce yourself and start at Teraton Sagiel?
Yes, I am in Hong Kong for last 32 years, born in India, and in the family of Ayurvedic doctors, my forefathers. And they, when I was very small, they already had the like practice to visit every Sunday to some religious places and a monk. And there was one monk like who could see the past, present, and the future at one time. And he named me as Mukta Jivani, the liberated soul. And then I found my yoga masters during my life. I found some masters who are in Bhakti Yoga and Jnana Yoga. And my last master looked into my eyes and he said, I'll be happy to have a center in Hong Kong. So we have a yoga center, non-profit community center in Hong Kong for last 25 years. It's in a silver jubilee, where we are not just teaching the physical aspects of yoga, which is very popular, but mental, emotional, social, and spiritual to the point of Yoga Sutras and the Sankhya philosophies, which are about 6,500 years old. So I'm very blessed to be like this was just given to me. I never asked them I want to be the teacher. They chose, and the books were flown to me in Hong Kong.
Okay.
Somehow or the other, I got into it. Yes, that's it.
Oh, thank you very much. That is inspiring. Feel free to come and have a visit. Thank you very much. Yes. Could you start at Teraton Salvia?
Before I close, I will just say one more thing. Like I won't be able to read because I'm from the phone and handwriting is very small. So I don't know how should I make it bigger or something.
Oh,
So yeah.
okay. No problem. Just read what you can and we'll proceed. So no. Okay. Okay, no problem.
Or I can read it.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you
Um,
very much. Yeah, go ahead.
I just simply introduce myself. My name is
Yeah.
Heidi. In Australia. Now I'm at work actually. Anyway, I have time to read. I'll from the last paragraph of this page, isn't it?
Correct. At Teraton.
I was
Okay.
given. Oh. I was given the same name, Samuel, even though it was only later that my master recognized me as the incarnation of Taran Sagya. Read. Now my mystery, who was one of his own teachers and the master of Nama, My master, Jamyam, how to name that?
Kingston.
Kingston was tall for a Tibetan, and he always seems to stand a good head above others in the crowd. He has silver hair, cut very short, and kind eyes that grows with armor. His ear was long, like those of Buddha. But what you notice most about he was his prison. His grace and hearing taught you that he was wise and holy man. He had a rich, deep, enchanting voice, and when he taught, his head would.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Next person who would like to try?
Hi, my name is Sophie. I'm from Canada. By the way, if you are using the cell phone, you can turn your cell phone sideways so the letters will be bigger. And you can also zoom in all the paragraphs. Then it's real. If you zoom in, it becomes big. Okay. Let me
Thank you very
continue.
much.
Tilt slightly backward, and the teaching would flow from his in a stream of eloquence and poetry. And for all the respect and even all he commanded, there was humility in everything he did. Jiangyang Kensei is the ground of my life and the inspiration of this book. He was the incarnation of a master who had transformed the practice of Buddhism in our country. Us.
Thank you. Who would like to read next?
I will take the turn.
Okay.
In Tibet, it was never enough simply to have the name of an incarnation. You always had to earn respect through your learning and through your spiritual practice. My master spent years in retreat, and many miraculous stories are told about him. He had profound knowledge and spiritual realization, and I came to discover that he was like an encyclopedia of wisdom and knew the answer to any question you might ask him. There were many spiritual traditions in Tibet, but Jamyang Kinze was acclaimed as the authority on them all. Okay, I came from Guangdong province. And okay, next.
Okay, thank you very much. Next. Would
Yeah,
like-
no.
I can go.
I can read if you all wish, because
Bert?
somebody told me to put my phone sideways. I'm okay to read now.
Oh, okay. So you're able to read now?
He was, for everyone who knew or heard about him, the embodiment of Tibetan Buddhism, a living proof of how someone who had realized the teachings and completed their practice would be. Sorry. I lost it again. Please, my sincere apologize. I have lost the screen.
No problem. It happened.
Meeting chat. I have lost the reading book.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, I can
Uh,
read. I'm from United States, and he was for everyone who knew or had heard about him. The embodiment of the Tibetan Buddhism, living approve of the how someone who had realized the teaching and complete their practice will be. I have a hat that my master said that I would help continue. He would, and certainly he always dears my like his own son.
Thank you very much. Next. Who would like to give it a try?
This is Priscilla from Malaysia. I would like to reading this page.
Okay.
I feel that what I have been able to achieve now in my work and the audience I have been able to reach is a ripening of the blessing he gave me. All my earliest memories are of him. He was the environment in which I grew up, and his influence dominated my childhood. Thank you.
Thank you. Who's next?
I can go.
Introduce.
It's Vern here from Calgary, Canada.
Welcome.
Thank you. He was like a father to me. He would grant me anything I asked. His spiritual consort, Kandro Tersing Chodron, who was also my aunt, used to say, "Don't disturb Rinpoche. He might be busy." But I would always want to be there next to him, and he was happy for me. Right. And he was happy to have me with him. Pass.
That was Vern from Canada. Who's like to speak next?
I'm Bodhi from Jiangsu province, but I would always want to be there next to him, and he was happy to have me with him. I will pester him with questions all the time, and he always answered me patiently. I was a naughty child. None of my tutors were able to discipline me. Whenever they tried to beat me, I would run to my master and climb up behind him, where no one would dare to go. Crouching there, I felt proud and pleased with myself. He would just laugh. Pass. Thank you.
That was Bodhi. Yes. Who's next?
I'm Grace from Toronto, Canada. How are you, teacher
Great.
Darcy?
Yes. Happy to have you here.
Yeah. Happy Canada Day. Today is July 1st. Yeah.
I love Canada.
Yeah. So, and then can I start now?
Yes.
Okay. Then one day, without my knowledge, my tutor pleaded with him, explaining that for my own benefit, this could not go on. The next time I fled to hide, my tutor came into the room, did 3 prostrations to my master, and dragged me out. I remember thinking, and I was hauled out of the room. How strange it was that he did not seem to be afraid of my master. Jensi Kensi used to live in the room where his previous reincarnation had seen his visions and launched the Renaissance of culture and spirituality that swept through Eastern Tibet in the last century past.
Thank you very much. Who's next?
Anita from United States. It was a wonderful room, not particularly large, but with the main temple full of the square object, painting, and books. They called it the Pageant of the Buddhas, the room of the improvement room. And if there is one place that I remember in the temple, it is that room. My master sat on the low seat made of the wood and the trip of the leader, and I sat next to him. I would refer to it was not from this bowl. His bowl.
Thank you very much. Next. Who would like to read?
I would take turn again.
Okay,
In the
introduce
small,
yourself.
I'm Moises from Guangdong, and I would like to add a brief self-introduction.
Thank you. We need to make sure everyone else has read, but I appreciate your enthusiasm. Has everyone read already? No. Who's not read?
Hello.
Lucy?
Yes, I haven't read it.
Yes.
I don't know how to pronounce that name in Chinese, sorry.
Okay.
In the small bedroom close by, there was a veneranda. How to read that? Sorry.
Yeah, a veranda. Veranda? Veranda.
In Chinese, is the same. Oh, okay, veranda. But it was always quite dark, and there was always a kettle with tea bubbling away, and a little stone in the corner. Usually, I sleep next to my master, and a small bed at the foot of his own. One sound I shall never forget is the clicking of the bead of his mala, his Buddhist rosary, as he whispered his prayer. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Someone who hasn't read.
Hi, this is Lucy. I'd like to take this turn. I live in China, Shenzhen, and work for a U.S. company, take as a procurement manager. Thanks. I will begin.
Okay. Yes.
When I went to sleep, he would be there, sitting and practicing. And when I awoke in the morning, he would already be awake and sitting and practicing again, overflowing with blessing and power. As I opened my eyes and saw him, I would be filled with a warm and cozy happiness. He had such an air of peace about him. Pass.
Thank you. Next.
I'm Gail from Zhejiang province, and I have the honor to read this paragraph. As I grew older, James Yangtze would make me preside over ceremonies, while he took the part of chant leader. I was witness to all of the teaching and initiations that he gave to others. But rather than the details, what I remember now is the atmosphere. For me, he was the Buddha. All night, there was no question in my mind, and everyone else recognized it as well. When he gave initiations, his disciples were so overawed they hardly dare look into his face. Over.
Thank you. Next, anyone who hasn't read? Jigo? No. Perhaps Wendy? Or make sure your microphone is unmuted if you are planning to read as well.
Hi, sorry. Yeah, I forgot. I think I lost the page. Do we know where we are now?
Yeah.
I just kind of disrupted.
Some would see.
Which page?
Do
you know the page number?
No, we're reading from the slide, but it's in the introduction. Preface.
Can I maybe do this next time? I just
Okay.
I feel that I got lost.
No problem.
As I grow older.
Moses, Sangeta, Priscilla, anyone?
I can read if you.
Oh wait, okay. We're happy to read. Anyone who has not read yet?
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay.
Some would.
I guess everyone's right. All right. Yes. Continue.
Some would see him actually in the form of his predecessor, or as different Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. Everyone called him Rinpoche, the precious one, which is the title given to a master. And when he was present, no other teacher would be addressed in that way. His presence was so impressive that many affectionately called him the primordial Buddha.
Yes, primordial Buddha. Thank you. It seems to me like everyone's read, so would anyone like to go? Jikong?
I'm Ji Sung. I'm currently living in Hong Kong. Okay. Had I not met my master, Jiangyang Chenze, I know I would have been an entirely different person. With his warmth and wisdom and compassion, he personified the sacred truth of the teachings and so made them practical and vibrant with life. Whenever I share that atmosphere of my master with others, they can sense the same profound feeling it aroused in me. What then did Jiangyang Chenze inspire in me? Thank you.
Thank you. That was Jikong. Anyone else who would like to read?
This is Priscilla from Malaysia. An unshakable confidence in the teachings and a conviction in the central and dramatic importance of the Master. Whatever understanding I have, I know I owe it to him. This is something I can never repay, but I can pass on to others. Throughout my youth in Tibet, I saw the kind of love Jiangyang Chenze used to radiate in the community, especially in guiding the dying in the dead. A Lama in Tibet was not only a spiritual teacher, but also wise man, therapist, priest, doctor, and spiritual healer, helping the sick and the dying. Thank you.
Great. Thank you very much.
Okay, this is Amy, the second race.
Amy? Okay.
Yeah. Later, I was to learn the specific techniques for guiding the dying and the dead from the teachings connected with the Tibetan Book of the Dead. The greatest lessons I ever learned about death and life came from watching my master as he guided dying people with infinite compassion, wisdom, and understanding. I pray this book will transmit something of his great wisdom and compassion to the world, and through it, you too, where you are, can come into the presence of his wisdom, mind, and find a living connection with him. Thanks, Past.
Thank you. This has been the beginning of the preface. So this is the synopsis. We've observed in Tibet, we have a unique tradition. From the preface, it was said in Tibet, we have a unique tradition of finding their incarnations of great masters who have passed away. They are chosen young and given a special education to train them to become the teachers of the future. So this tells you some about the culture in Tibet. Heidi, have you read? Or Mayli? Heidi? If anyone would like to read number 2.
Yes. My master spent years in retreat, and many miraculous stories are told about him. He had profound knowledge and spiritual realization, and I came to discover that he was like an encyclopedia of wisdom. I knew the answer to any question you may ask him.
Great, thank you. Vern, would you like to read number 3?
Where you are muted.
Okay, here we go. And though I felt sad, I knew then that if our master was there, everything would turn out all right, because he would be able to help Samtim toward liberation. Later, I came to know that it is the dream of any practitioner to die before his master and have the good fortune to be guided by him through death.
Thank you, Vern. Next.
This is Sophie. Satan's death shook me. At the age of 7, I had my first glimpse of the vast power of the tradition I was being made part of. And I began to understand the purpose of the spiritual practice. Practice had given Satan an acceptance of death, as well as a clear understanding that suffering and pain can be part of deep, natural process of purification. Practice had given my master a complete knowledge of what death is, and a precise technology for guiding individuals through it. Pass.
Thank you. And let it be known, these are precursors for the second preface. Number 5.
And this is the body.
Yes,
Lama,
body. Yes.
Lama Tenten died in an extraordinary way. Although there was a monastery close by, he refused to go there, saying he did not want to leave a corpse for them to clear up. Pass.
Thank you. Thank you. And number 6, anyone?
Hey, this is Vandy. I can do this now. Lama Titan could have had his Lama there in person to help him, something anyone else could have longed for, but he had no need. I understand why now he had already realized the presence of the master within himself. Yang Kanzi was there with him always, in his mind and heart. Never for one moment did he feel any separation. Pass. Thank you.
Thank you. And the final part of the synopsis. The death of Samden taught me the purpose of spiritual practice. Lama Senten death taught me that it is not unusual for practitioners of his caliber to conceal their remarkable qualities during their life. Sometimes, in fact, they show them only once at the moment of death. I understood, even as a child, that there was a striking difference between the death of Samten and that of Lama Senten. And I realized that it was the difference between the death of a good monk who had practiced his life in his life and that of a more realized practitioner. Samten died in an ordinary way and in pain. Yet with the confidence of faith, Lama Senten's death was a display of spiritual mastery. Thank you, everybody, for joining. Thank you for your patience. And our next event will be Saturday, July 8th, where we'll read the second part of the preface and continue into the book. Any questions or concerns? And any impact the first preface left on you? Feel free to share.
May I share?
Yes.
Yeah, first, my sincere apologies. I didn't understand and I was not able to read, but now I have my reading glasses and I spoke more about myself. Please forgive me.
No problem.
Very happy to be part here. But my only concern is like Sunday, this is Saturday, but Sundays normally I have to leave by 11. So I can't stay longer than 11 on Sundays. But just that concern, so I said I'll just thank you and I'm very grateful for this.
Okay, no problem. Happy to have you here.
Hello, this is Wendy. Is this is 10:30? Which time zone?
This is 10:30 Hong Kong time.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Yes. Feel free to put on your phones the time zone differences. It'll help.
I
Okay.
just want to express gratitude to all of you, to you, Master, for all the persons that are arranged this online event. It's very kind. Thank you.
Okay. Well, happy to have you guys here. Wonderful. Okay. Without further ado, we'll end this event. We'll be happy to see everyone next week. Thank you for coming.
Thank you, Dexy. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Amitabha.
Thank you, Master, and all the participants.
Thank you. Thank you all. Bye-bye.
And be in mind that this event was streamed on YouTube. So feel free to click the link in the description chat, in the meeting chat.
Next Saturday is going to be on the same Zoom number.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
Next Saturday is going to be with the login with the same
Yeah.
phone number.
Yes, same room number.
Okay, thank you. Bye bye.
All right. Thank you.